Welcome everybody to SLA episode numero 10, Juban, days. So here we got Alexander Cypher, finally, one of the founding fathers of this website and podcast.
Oh, we are in 2023. I am even mother, so founding father and mother. Guys, come on.
Oh, that's true. Founding father, mother, and, founding person.
Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe I'm an animal. How can you say I'm a person?
That's true. Founding it. And then we got CJ with us. How you doing today, my man?
I am fantastic.
Ooh, you got what the hell?
What the Dave Ramsey intro?
It's like, they say a man's ambition should not be bigger than his worth. But your hair is bigger than anything. I like it. The haircut is worth it.
Thank you.
So today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Midjourney AI Art. Just keep talking about it because everybody loves it. And then we'll go from there. Stay put if you want to talk about CSGO2 towards the end of the podcast. But to start us off, Midjourney. I've spammed it. I've used it. I've seen people be able to create wonderful things. Cypher, do you mind explaining what is Midjourney for those people living under a rock?
Well, we know, I think that everyone at least right now knows about ChatGPT. It's a language learning model. And connected to this technology, we have other technologies that don't really use only the word, but they can actually create images. And Midjourney is one of the best, I would say, 3 technologies for creating images from basically text. So we have Midjourney, we have DALL-E, and then we have some extra other tools that I honestly didn't try yet, but Midjourney is probably definitely the best.
Okay, that's good. Have you used it yet, CJ?
I have not. I haven't actually seen too many ways of how I can fully implement it
to your workflow?
In regards to, yeah. I've already pretty much integrated ChatGPT into kind of automating like some scripts that I need. I guess automating probably isn't the right word, but basically I've gotten it so that ChatGPT is working very, very nicely because ChatGPT learns kind of like the kind of questions you're trying to propose or like the style. It kind of like learns what you're trying to do. So mine's already learned so well that I almost don't even have to worry about making
Nice.
Your context. He's contextual aware to your habits, your tricks, your ways. The thing with Midjourney that I've been spamming on is my thumbnails, which at first you would say would save me time, but because you have unlimited power, you spend unlimited time trying to be like, oh, it could be better just by a little bit. Remix, boop, boop. You want to modify it, but now after 3 weeks of using it nonstop, I've been able to do my thumbnails high quality, pretty quick in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, compared to before that would take me half hour to make a really good thumbnail, creativity and all that crap. But I've noticed, I finally caught it, and this is just a man of culture celebratory moment for me. I caught it doing nudity on the public newbie channels.
Oh.
Yep. And then I tried to remix that. Of course, it didn't work. And I think it's interesting. It is interesting that a lot of images that I try to remix, doing my Pinterest art style, it just doesn't like them at all. But if you play around with the words, of course, there's some word playing. That's what I wanted to teach people. If you're struggling to use Midjourney as to the commands in the text, just go on the website or go in the Discord server channels and just look at what people type, copy paste that, and then you'll figure out how it kind of works. You don't have to start from scratch trying to put commas and the right words in. Just copy someone else, put it in your Midjourney, and you'll learn a lot easier that way, which word do what. At least that's what's worked for me.
If I can give you two advices, guys, for those of you like Chris uses a lot ChatGPT, I would suggest you to download a plugin, free one, that is called AIPRM. It's a plugin that basically gives you already more than 300 prompts for ChatGPT. And in this prompt, if you search it, you will find stuff like Midjourney generated prompts or DALL-E generating prompts. So basically, you will have prompts like, for example, give me 1 second because I don't have it open. Midjourney. You will have stuff like Midjourney prompt ultra detailed. So it will basically create characters or images based on your input, but that are ultra detailed. So it will give words like Unreal Engine and so on. Or we have photographic like Midjourney V5. So using the new version of Midjourney V5, it will basically create photos based on your prompt that are photo-like. So specific cases, specific images, it will even suggest the name of the photographer for that specific photo.
Oh, they do. Yeah, that's how they manage.
Exactly. So it's very nice. And a lot of companies were like, yeah, we use this so we don't have copyright problems. Actually, that's not how it works. So, because the machine was trained on existing images that are actually copyrighted, technically what comes out of Midjourney is not really copyright free, or at least there is a debate right now. And what we are sure is that if you create something with Midjourney or any of these technologies, you don't have any copyright. At least in the United States, you don't have any. In the rest of the world, it seems they are still debating, but probably you will not. Because, again, it was generated thanks to your prompt, yes, but from something that already exists and you don't own.
Correct. In the US, they did a court. I think 1 or 2 courts have decided that it's not defendable. Therefore, the whole thing where Midjourney says you get a commercial license for this is like, based on what? Like, sure, it may be in the future, but for now, it's kind of the Wild West. And so don't expect, I think we talked about it 2 episodes ago or something. I don't know if you were here, CJ, with Oren, about corporations. Yeah, you were. Corporations, don't expect them to fully use this yet because it's kind of muddy waters. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing around with it. Definitely with the prompts, highly recommended. Make sure let's send the link, or I'll find the word, technically. Riverside should be able to find that link, and then I'll post it in the YouTube description for this video. Yeah, that's pretty much Midjourney. It's been fantastic, loving it. That's what you said, Cypher, about the photographer. That's how I caught someone doing Midjourney beach nude photos, because someone put the name of the art of the photographer, and he mostly does nude beach photos. So that's how
they are so freaking smart. Why I am not so smart? Damn it!
Right? These men of culture, they find the way. This is the way.
That's so funny. You know, I don't remember if I told you guys, but one time I was trying to find out what the limitations were on ChatGPT without getting banned. And I was writing, I was trying to push from different angles. And there was one portion when I was like, okay, well, let's see if Chat can write a BDSM story, a plot.
Okay.
It does. But
it struggles.
The reason it struggles is because it has to make sure that when it is writing it, that it says, this only can occur within the parameters of a consensual adult relationship where both adults are consenting and the violence is minimal enough that each person doesn't interpret it as...
Okay, small question, Chris. Did you use ChatGPT with the then function for this? Exactly. So, for those of you who don't not know, with the tool that I said earlier, the AIPRM, they already have a prompt. It is basically, I would call it an exploit of ChatGPT system. So basically, it goes to specific prompts that basically rewrite some of the limits of them. Okay. So, for example, I tested it because I'm studying pen testing.
For science.
So I don't know if you what pen testing is. It's basically cybersecurity. And there is a thing that is called OG rubber ducky. It's basically like a USB stick, okay? But it's not a normal USB stick or a normal charger. Because when you put it in the computer, in the cell phone, it gives basically a script into the system. So you can basically directly hack the technology. And I was like, ChatGPT, can you please tell me, of course, in a pen testing environment, if you can create me a script that will actually open a rickroll on target cell phone? No, this is hacking, this is not bad. Then I tried with Dan, and it created a perfect script, to be honest. It was even hiding the functions. So technically, I would try it with Dan, honestly, for the BDSM story, to be honest. Why not?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, save it in the notes.
I did just add that.
Oh, I will. You will see it in the links that Richard will share. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll share it there.
And it's free. And it's free.
But this is the time, peeps. Even if you're not making money out of it right now, we're telling you, use AI, because just having knowledge of how it works, once it gets monetized, you'll actually know what the hell you're doing instead of going in there.
Yeah.
Let's make money, guys. Never used it. Moving on to the next topic, I think it's an interesting one nonetheless, is especially with subscriptions. Would you say, guys, everywhere now, subscription is the new model for businesses to keep you bringing revenue, right? Everybody loves a subscription. You used to pay for your own music. You don't anymore. That's subscription. Movies, TV shows, heck, games nowadays with Xbox Game Pass. Now, here's the thing. In mobile, there's not really that. And so I bring the argument for mobile gaming. Do you think it will stick in mobile gaming like it's sticking to consoles and PC, or it's not? And why do you think it's not? Or why do you think it will?
Chris, tell us.
I think the way I see it is the reason it's not on mobile gaming is because nobody really there's not like a hub for it, aside from like if you're using Apple's like the Apple Store or like Google Play Store. It doesn't really feel like there is any type of I don't remember what the word I was going to use is, but it doesn't feel like everybody's together. It feels like everybody's their own little thing and they don't want to interact with each other.
Okay.
It even is so difficult as to say that when you're playing, even like I think the only one that I could possibly say feels like it is still like a part of another one is like Clash of Clans, and then like Clan Royale or Clash Royale, I think it is. Like those feel like they're relatively together, but they also feel like two completely different games. There's not really a lot of I feel like mobile gaming, it's not really it's more like niche specific rather than trying to get everybody to play together.
Okay, I think I know where you're heading with that. And we'll be back with you after our sponsor, Shadow Raid Legends.
Oh, God. I don't know, honestly, guys. If you consider the situation with the mobile apps and games, in the end, you play them generally, except for Asia. You play them when you have a little bit of free time on the toilet seat and in the train, in the bus. So when you have that small amount of free time that you know you are wasting that time when you are not actually maybe working towards something like serious generally. So it's a very casual environment. And on the side that you said, it's not really a monthly subscription, I tend to disapprove, honestly, because think about it. Almost every mobile game right now has what you call a monthly pass, a game pass, a booster pass, or whatever. Yeah, it's not a monthly subscription. I totally agree with you, but it's just a wording thing. Okay, the only difference is generally that it's not automatically subscription. Okay, you don't have the automatic subscription, but in the end, when you buy it, the value of what you are achieving or obtaining in the game, it's far greater than what you are actually paying generally. But to achieve that, you have to be present every single freaking day.
Oh, yeah.
So
Log
in the end, I find them basically identical. It's just a different wording and different basically concept. But in the end, it's the same. They are trying to have people coming all the time and paying periodically to have more liquidity for the business.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where the problem with gathering mobile games and developers is because they're making so much money in the current model that adding a hub, like CJ was saying, to give context to people, Xbox Game Pass, you get 150 plus games a month, rotating some of them, and it's $15 a month, and you get free access to all of them, right? Free, quote unquote. Um, but on mobile, Apple Arcade sort of has that $5 a month, and they give you 100 plus games that you can play. But the difference is Apple Arcade games are required to not have in-app purchases. So you can't purchase anything inside the games. It's all included. Yes, they can be behind a wall like a timer, but it has to not be pay. You can't pay to skip timers. Battle Pass is the same thing. You don't pay for that kind of stuff. Henceforth, where I think there's that disconnect. On Game Pass, you can. The game can be on Game Pass and it can be monetized. But on mobile, I think Google also does it the same way where you don't pay. You can't pay inside the game. And so that's where I think developers are, like Cypher, I think, hit it right on the head. The players are too casual to care for a hardcore experience that doesn't require those in-app purchases. Most people are kind of brainlessly playing. I played so many, and I'm telling you that I didn't play for a whole year and a half. I did not play mobile games, and then finally, the last month and a half, I've been playing every day, just a different game, and then I did play them to test this out. And these games play you. You are the game. Street Fighter Duel, the new Doom game that came out for Bethesda, Little Doom or something like that it's called. The only ones that I liked was like League of Legends, Wild Rift. That one has its battle pass and stuff, but if you really just like League of Legends, you can play and not pay. But yeah, it's just something I found out that blows my mind that people actually enjoy these games, and I'm like, I get bored after 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But
you are a hardcore gamer PC. It doesn't like it. It's not. It's not an example that you can do, man. In the end, what I really hate is when you have that, especially on console or PC. Cases like Diablo, for example. Now everyone is speaking about Diablo 4. It's fine. I mean, it seems to be a seamlessly decent game. I don't want to go in deep with that, but you pay a full game. And then you have battle passes, seasons, etc. I don't really like that. I mean, or you give me a monthly fee and I am fine with that. It's my choice. But then I know that you will probably update the game periodically and I will have direct access to new technology, new features, new, I don't know, maps by just paying that monthly fee. Or you piece of shit will just say, okay, this is expensive AF. It's your choice. We don't give an F. I mean, it's Blizzard, right? So they don't really give an F. It's fine. So, yeah. But in general, I prefer to pay a monthly fee because then I know that the developers are paid, that they are happy, and that they can actually achieve something. I mean, World of Warcraft from Blizzard, they did it great. That was actually amazingly good because you pay on a monthly basis, yes, but it was basically that.
Yeah.
I would have to say that that of all the games that I've played over the years, the one that I've enjoyed the most in terms of paying for it has been Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 is
Oh yeah,
good.
with its expansions.
Just because, well, it doesn't even feel like you're playing the same game week to week. Like last week, I was playing one game, and then all of a sudden this week they're announcing like I got the announcement last night. Hey, next week we're gonna have this, and this available to you, but only for next week. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's urgency. I have to play all of next week. And then you hop on, and it's new guns, new skins, new trials, new XYZ. And then you're playing it, and you have this urgency that if you don't play enough before Sunday hits,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss
FOMO.
out. So once Sunday hits, they're like, "Oh, it's over. You're gonna have to wait until the mysterious once a week that we do, or one time a month for 1 week, that we're gonna unleash this new trials, these new skins, these new XYZ again." And then it's every 4 months that they give you a new season. And then you get more guns, you get more abilities, you get all kinds of new stuff. And then, yes, it costs $100 for the season pass and for the full game. But like, you play the game, and it's impossible to get bored. There's so much stuff to just unlock. There's so many players on there that you have to play against during PvP, and then PvE is still so much fun because it's just like it's interestingly enough, it gets harder, but then it's like then your character, once you get to a certain level, your character's just broken, and then you get hit the next week with a nerf, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, okay, back to zero. Let me try and build myself up again. And it's just like it's like nothing else.
Like a live.
I love that.
Live
That's the
game.
same concept that we have with MOBA games, that every single game you restart from scratch, from zero, and then it's your skill that basically makes the change. Your knowledge of the character, your knowledge of the enemy champions, of the map, etc. So that's something I really appreciate. That's one of the things that I am troubled in MMORPGs, because then it all depends. Did you play the last 6 months? Yes, then you are good. Didn't? That's your problem, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, that was always my issue with Call of Duty. I had to be married to the game just to have a gun decent enough to
Married.
keep up with.
That's true. I think it depends on the game, on the genre of the game. Not every game can fit the subscription base or something, like a single player, for example, or Destiny's done amazing. I'm surprised they don't charge like World of Warcraft a monthly, because they update it so often. But I think they know they can't do that right now because the people would get pissed off. So they do the same, but they do it in expansion packs. They just try to put the cost of a monthly. Well, that was pretty good. Let us know. We have one more thing to talk about, which is gaming related. But if you enjoyed the podcast, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, and stay put while our sponsor, Shadow Raid Legends.
And remember, not only subscribe and follow and like us and comment and repost, and of course, start following us on Spotify and Apple Music, whatever the thing is. I don't give an F, but yeah, there too, please.
Yeah, where podcasts go. The next and last topic of today, let's see, we're running a little tight, boys, but I think it's nice to talk about the return of the king of competitive shooters, pretty much. While Halo is over there stumbling on his tumbles and sucking his own thumb, and who knows what the hell Halo is doing, and Call of Duty being the same McDonald's French fries every day, same thing, just continuously good, whatever. We have CSGO2, which we have what you consider yourself, Cypher, for being a CSGO player? Are you a hardcore, casual, lover, or what?
I generally play with my friends while I'm drunk.
Hardcore.
So I would say it's hardcore, exactly.
CSGO2, though, I've seen some footage, and what's up with it? Is it a sort of like a full new game, or what's going on with that?
Technically, it's not CSGO2, it's the Counter-Strike Source 2. So they changed the engine behind the game. So now you have like a real smoke interaction, real bullets, and so on. And basically they redid all of the maps, or at least so it seems. And right now you can access it only if you are basically invited to the beta. And that's a problem because everyone wants to be invited, but they are basically drip feeding it so slowly that in probably 2030 I will still be not in the beta, probably. No, but they seems to want to go live in August. So we expect it to be live in August. The game seems quite nice, to be honest. And I think they decided to do this for one simple reason. In the last year, CSGO reached his record of concurrent players, a record that they never achieved in the last 10 years, and in the last 5 years it was steadily growing up and not down, even if the game is quite old right now.
It's an ancient.
It's ancient, exactly, but people like it. It's simple, it's clear, it's full of kids that will probably insult your mother and father, and we love it. It's amazing.
I like it, yeah. What I played, I was impressed by just it sticks to the foundation. It's pure. That's the way I would describe it.
There is another pure thing that you will love, probably. It seems connected to ChatGPT and AI technology that some developers basically, they found a way to use artificial intelligence for cheats. So basically, it's a cheat that works for every single game, and the AI helps you with the aim. And of course, if we have the bad side, we actually have the good side. It seems that there is an AI that basically can see if you are or not cheating.
Let's go.
And from the data source from CSGO and other video games, we know that one player every 3 is actually cheating.
I knew it.
Exactly.
You fetching PC players.
Exactly.
I knew it. Crossplay, man. I love crossplay, but I know people cheat on them PC more often, son of a guns.
Oh, yeah. So basically with this, technically, it will be a lot easier to find players that are actually cheating. And we expect a less cheating world in the future, hopefully.
That's a good, interesting point. The CSGO2, is it coming to console or is it staying on PC?
Who cares about console, right?
I doubt that their engine would, because they don't have any mechanics for joystick compensation, right? Like aim assist and crap like that. Therefore, they would have.
No, but if they want it to go on a console, they can totally do that. Right now, it's everything that is running on Steam is running on Linux, and we already have a lot of games that are running on Linux. So if they want, I am 1000% sure that they can totally make it work without any trouble whatsoever. It's probably something like 2-3 months of work to make it already perfect for console users. So I don't really see any problem in that.
Yeah, that'd be fun to have it. Only, of course, the closest thing you have on console to it is like Rainbow Six, with no aim assist and stuff.
That is actually quite good. It's really strategically
That's
focused.
another game that.
Love it.
That is one of my favorite games.
I suck at it hard.
Me too. Back when I used to play it a little bit more religiously, my routine was let me warm up for about an hour to 2 hours, and then once I get frustrated at the fact that I'm not playing nearly as good as everybody else, let me start drinking.
Oh yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And those hardcore, like non-player friendly, like the basic level stuff is easy to get into, but once you go into high level playing, it's like, dang. Yeah, well, we'll see CSGO2. I'm excited for them to do it. Would you say, and here it comes, the comparison I've been waiting for, is it similar to Overwatch 2 update to how Overwatch did it? Would you say this is in the same field, Cypher? Same level?
What do you mean?
So like Overwatch 1 had, Overwatch 2, the new Overwatch, but it was more like a 1.5 update. But CSGO, they rebuilt the engine and stuff or upgraded it. Therefore, would you say this is definitely more of a sequel rather than Overwatch 2? Or is it the same thing?
That's actually a very hard question. I would say that what they are trying to achieve is maintaining the game as close as possible, because if you like something, you don't really want that thing to change. So I think they just updated the engine, the technology, and made some of the stuff that the community was asking since 10 years definitely available. But again, I don't think they will change it that much. And of course, because of the skins, because of the market and everything, they will basically move everything from the CSGO to the new technology altogether. So it's the same game, but better.
Oh, I like it.
Like to say here in America, if it ain't broke,
I mean,
don't fix it.
it's a fact. Why should you fix something that is not broken?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Apple does it every month, right? Every time that they release something new, they make it worse so people will like it.
No, whoa. Okay, guys, we reached 30 minutes. Appreciate you, everybody coming, and make sure you subscribe. Like always, follow us, and we'll see you next Saturday, our beautiful listeners.
See ya. Have a nice weekend.